Hello, and you're listening to the Tiny Pet Podcast with me, Dr. Nicole Sue, and my fiance, Snake Bigot,
Yes.
adding to his list of bigotry.
All right, I think I'm a pretty nice guy, but I'm comedian Jez Watts. Hello. In the last 2 weeks, I've done corporates for BP Oil, wealthy ski resort attendees, teenagers, and the police. So I'd just like to give a shout out to who I assume will be my next clients: Al-Qaeda, large gatherings of anti-vaxxers, and the concept of racism. Listen, I've got my rent money this month, but it feels weird how I got it.
Again, why are you telling people this?
Of what? Who I'm doing the corporates for? Or who I will do them for?
Both?
Both. Because I would like anyone to pay me money, please, to do stand-up is why.
Need it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really nice I can pay the rent this month. It's very strange to perform for groups of literally my enemies. I feel like I'm getting wheeled out as this court jester, and I'm like, oh, these are literally the people oppressing me. And I'm like, have a good time. Yeah. Anyway, they didn't throw me in jail last night at the police, which is good.
Good.
I started off the show by being like, can any of you fix the $800 in speeding tickets
oh my God.
I'm currently paying off over the next 7 months?
And?
They just laughed at me.
Oh.
Which, is the goal of the show, but it would have been nice if someone had come up at the end and be like, yeah, I can fix them.
I forgot about that. Now I remember it again.
Yeah, I'm paying it off for the next 7 months. I don't forget. What are we talking about today, Marla?
How to help your massive hungus lose weight.
This is straight at me.
I'm looking at dead in the pupils.
Become somewhat of a massive hungus.
Well, because you keep eating all the food. I can't wake up the next morning and it's just gone. It's 3 days worth of whatever. I'm just Jesus Christ.
Listen, you made a very delicious potato salad. This is
very good
specifically about potato salad. You made a very delicious potato salad. I know potato salad is more of a side dish, but it was very delicious. And I needed to eat a meal. And so I ate the whole thing.
It was quite a lot of potato salad.
But yeah, then the next day when you made it, I just had a very small amount of it because I had it with something else and it was great. But yeah, I'm a hungus because I'm 39. I'm eating less than I used to eat. I'm definitely intaking less calories than I used to, but it's just your metabolism slows.
And you don't exercise.
I vibrate with anxiety. That's actually a lot of calories. Anyway, yes. How do you make your massive hungus a less massive hungus?
First of all,
is this any species, or are we talking about rabbits particularly?
Any species.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll focus a bit on cats.
Do you have a history of making fat rabbits?
I've seen fatter.
That's true.
I have seen much fatter.
That is true. But every rabbit that comes into your orbit gains their own gravity.
Yeah, but they don't get... I wouldn't say that they're fat. They get solid little buns.
They get much love.
Solid little buns.
Sure.
First of all, it's hard. Yeah, I get it.
Because you love them, right? And you want to give them the stuff they want, and they want food.
Yes. So I get it. When owners come in and sometimes I weigh them and they've gained weight since last time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
the owners? Yeah, sorry, yeah.
And they're always
so they're getting put on a diet, but then they're still gaining weight.
Yeah, and they get, and the owners always get really despondent. And I was like, it is hard. I totally get it. It is something that's very contrary to our natural kind of wants when having a pet.
Sure.
And I get it. So we're not judging you, but we want to help you, and we want to help your pet as well become less of a gigantic lard ball. It's very cute, and that's the thing. They're so cute.
Yeah,
they are incredibly
a little bit
adorable.
Overweight. Certainly, this is true in human health. Like being a little bit sort of overweight, and I'll put that in air quotes, is generally a lot healthier than being sort of this idealized weight that society programs.
Yep, I guess the ones...
But being very overweight, now comes back around to, that's really unhealthy.
I once did a CT scan on this incredibly obese rabbit and it looked like a seal with this layer of blubber. It was incredible. It was this huge fat layer and this tiny rabbit trapped inside this bowl of lard. It was incredible. So that's really the one
Maybe it
I'm
was a
talking
snake
about.
that had eaten a rabbit.
No, it was definitely a bun. Definitely a bun. Yeah, it's hard. We get it. The good thing is for cats or dogs, there are special weight loss diets.
Yep.
That work really, really well. And pretty much it does most of the work for you. You just have to follow the instructions.
And not give them treats.
Yeah, and not give them treats. Or slowly give them more and more food.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So these ones are really good because they're formulated to be low calorie, but to still trigger the satiety reflex.
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. So
Yeah.
it's like if you, like in humans, like if you're eating like a high protein diet,
Yeah.
it sort of makes you feel like, oh, yeah, I ate a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
You don't feel hungry anymore.
Yeah.
But you haven't consumed as many calories.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So like it might be a more blended diet or whatever.
Yeah. And normally contains other stuff in higher quantities that help to maintain lean muscle mass.
Yeah, cool.
So they're great, and you can also use these in combination with food puzzle toys
Sure.
and other things to help.
So I would assume those are easily available for dogs.
Yeah.
They're also like fat cat diets.
Yes, they're also fat cat diets.
Yeah.
And they work really well. However, one mistake that I see
Right.
very commonly is it tells you how much to feed them on the back of the bag. Yeah.
Right.
People don't realize that is to account for their total daily requirements.
Oh, they give them that much per meal.
Or they give them that much, and then he gets treats on top of that. Oh, and he gets half a steak every night. Oh, yeah, and he
Right.
gets a little bit of our dinner. Oh, and he gets
Sure.
some cooked chicken, and
So-
they don't subtract that
Yeah, it's
from
like-
the dry food.
Yeah, so it's like if you're putting them on a diet, that's the whole
Yes.
intake.
If you're going to feed them other stuff, you've got to reduce the dry food accordingly.
Yeah.
Because people come in, they go, it's not working, and sometimes they just free feed it, so the animals eat so much at once.
Oh no.
So that works itself out in time.
That's no good.
Yeah, or they go, oh, we're feeding this and this and this and this and this and this.
okay.
And when I finally calculate out for them, I'm like, all right, based on everything else you're feeding Fluffy,
Yeah.
massive hungus Fluffy,
Yeah.
really, if you continue to feed him all that, he gets like 20 grams of dry food a day. Because that's how much other random crap you're feeding him.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so to be mindful of that.
Because I think diets are good. Like a regimented diet is good because
Yes.
you're getting the right amount of nutrition.
Yes.
For the calories.
Yeah, so it's lower calorie, but they're still getting all the...
you get all the nutrition you need.
absolutely.
But yeah, it is interesting. And so I remember reading a study about this years ago that there was a biological scientist, I think, who wanted to prove that you could eat anything if you ate the right quantities and you could lose weight. And so he was eating only Doritos and Snickers bars and stuff, but he would eat the teeny tiniest amount. But I can only imagine
the willpower.
how miserable that must have been. Because you would just feel hunger all the time. And so I think that's why something like these diets is good, because it's like, oh, the dog definitely, or the cat or whatever,
Yeah.
is definitely unhappy they're not getting more food.
Oh, absolutely.
But because it's designed to give them the right amount of nutrition and to trigger satiety reflex, it's like, well, they're not as unhappy as if you were just reducing their intake and giving them the regular stuff you give them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they'd be so upset.
Yeah, because that would be like infuriating.
Yeah.
And they would feel quite betrayed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's also another reason why the owners break, because they go,
Yeah.
oh, just today.
don't
Oh,
wanna be
just
the
today.
bad guy.
Oh, just today.
Yeah, I don't want to be the bad guy. I want my pet.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I think so often we get a pet to have almost like a happiness surrogate,
Oh, yeah.
That you just go,
Oh,
like,
my God, yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, my day sucks, but my dog has a great day.
When I gave Ella, like, the croissant crumbs from Loon, like
Oh,
the best
sure.
bakery in Melbourne.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Eloise used to get all kinds of things from us, like
Yep.
KFC crumbs.
She loved the KFC crumbs.
Was a big deal for that little bun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so weight loss diet, super good. Does
Right.
love the job for you.
Yeah.
And I love feeding them in food puzzle toys.
Are they good? I would assume they're a good and bad weight loss.
Oh,
Foods?
the
Or are they
the
mostly
good
pretty good?
thing is that because it's a challenging type of diet to formulate, it's more expensive to formulate. A lot of the lousier brands don't bother.
Ah, okay. So mostly if you
A lot of them are actually not bad. Like
bad, it'll
obviously
be
the
good.
supermarket brands are on a cheaper side, probably not as good, but the Hills, the Royal Canin, the Advance,
Yep.
Purina, Pro Plan, all those are quite good.
Right. Okay.
Hmm.
Cool.
And I love feeding them in food puzzle toys.
Right.
Because you feed it in a bowl, the pet kind of eats it in 30 seconds.
Oh, it spreads out the amount of time it takes to eat it.
Yeah, and in some food puzzle toys, you can probably get a good half hour to an hour.
Yeah.
Where they're just slowly eating like piece by piece.
Oh, that's smart.
But also because they're trying to work it out at the same time, they're not going, I'm only eating it piece by piece. They kind of forget about that part.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And they're active doing it. Like they're using their paws, they're wiggling around, they're bonking things with their nose.
The same strategy when I used to smoke, and then I would be trying to reduce my amount of cigarettes and stuff, and then so if you buy rollies,
because you got to take the time to roll them.
Yeah, you got to take the stuff out, you got to assemble it, you got to all that time is time you would previously just smoke a whole cigarette and then do a second one.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's smart.
if you can
it's
just
like
space out the amount of time it takes to consume the amount of things, it's like you end up consuming less. That's actually really smart.
So I really, really love food puzzle toys, and they work for any species.
Yeah.
Yep. So a lot of rabbits,
They got diet stuff for birds and stuff as well? Or?
Not really. That's pretty much just increasing the fresh food component of the diet.
Right.
But again, all right, fresh food, make it easy for them to make the choice to eat fresh food. And seed, any other concentrates, they have to get it in a food puzzle toy. So making the right decision easy for them.
Higher calorie, make it harder to eat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And for rabbits, like our younger rabbit, Stormy, not because she's fat. Not because she's fat, it's because she's got a lot of energy.
She's getting wider.
She gets all her pellets in little snuffle mats, and it's very cute because she just launches herself into them now.
Oh, absolutely. I think
she's got one that's shaped as a little cabbage, and she just goes into the cabbage.
Yeah, she is starting to become the shape of a little cabbage.
No, she's okay.
She's okay.
And finally, exercise. Yes.
Wait. I'll do my impression of you.
To give you guys an idea, I ride pretty heavily. My horse, I think 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, and he's a lot of work.
He's a lot of work. You got to ride him every step of the way.
I mean, you do. You're in great cardiovascular health.
And what do you do 3 or 4 times a week, Jez?
Comedy, the greatest, most difficult task of all.
Anyway, appropriate exercise. So don't forget as well that your pet is a giant lard ball. So
again, stop looking right at me.
They're probably not going to be able to do that much exercise. I love swimming because their body weight supported is not concussive, and they're still using their muscles. So love it, and it takes time.
Yeah.
Usually I say, look, this is a 12 to 18 month project.
Sure.
We're going to get this lard ball into a smaller lard ball.
And then marry him. Sorry, little bum.
They are cute, though.
Anyway, stop making big bowls of potato salad.
No, that was really good. The Tiny Vet podcast is brought to you by Upilio. Sources for our topics can be found at upilio.io. Outro music by Matt Charleston.